Hello, welcome to Mental Health. I'm here today with Neil, who's the drummer in Deformatory.
Hey man.
Yeah. Deformatory is a Canadian relentless death metal band from Ottawa, Ontario. Deformatory caught my eye with their music video. I'm probably going to say this wrong, like I always say everything wrong because that's what I do here. Um, Meiosis.
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 Yeah,
Yeah,
it's all
yeah.
good, man. No worries.
I'm not a doctor. I
Yeah,
tried to
me,
be, and that's what made me a drug addict.
me
Okay.
neither. It seemed like a cool topic for a song and a video, so that's what we did.
Well, the video's awesome. Yeah. It's filmed with a flying drone in Johnstown by the water. Really
Yeah,
cool. Yeah.
yeah. That video was a lot of fun to do, man. Every time I'd go over the bridge to go to the U.S., I'd always want to shoot a video there, and we finally made it happen. So happy with how it turned out.
Yeah. So you're the one that just like decided on where to shoot that video and
No,
everything.
I just suggested it, and everybody was cool with it. I mean, Charlie in the band actually reached out and made the connection and got the site actually organized and everything. So that worked extremely well. And then a friend of mine who I worked with at the time, actually, he was into building drones and like racing drones and stuff like that. So I just said, hey, man, we're going to do this cool video in this location. Would you be down to come by and do some video shoots? And that's what he did. So, I mean, it worked. It worked out awesome. I'm really happy with how that footage turned out and how that video went. But it was freezing cold that day,
Oh yeah.
like freezing cold.
Uh,
Like it was so cold, man. I think we played the song. The whole shoot was like roughly 4 hours or something like that, and I think we only were able to play the song like about 4 or 5 times. It was just so cold.
so like the guy wearing a toque was just wearing a toque because it was cold, not
Oh
for
man,
aesthetic reason.
well, plus we're right on the water, right? And plus
Yeah,
you got
yeah,
this massive wall behind you, so it's nothing but a wind tunnel. So you
yeah.
just had constant flow of freezing cold air blowing on you the whole time, man. But it was fun. I mean, we're really happy with how that turned out.
Yeah, yeah, it looked great. Like that's why what got, as I said, maybe catch the attention of Deformatory. So,
Yeah, no worries.
um, yeah. So with bands and lineup changes and everything, it happens often and way too frequently. Is there anyone that left the band that you kind of wish was still around, or?
Um, yeah, I mean, we had, well, I mean, unfortunately, I mean, we lost our bass player a couple of years ago. I mean, he had left the band. He needed to kind of get out of the city, do some of his own things and whatnot. Unfortunately, like we had announced on our page, I mean, unfortunately, he left this earth. He went to a place where he wasn't too happy and, made some decisions there. I mean, we really miss him. Definitely wish he was around. I mean, he's a fantastic guy. I was really fortunate to have met him and fortunate to have been in the band with him. And I mean, our last guitar player as well. I mean, I wish Dan all the best in terms of what he's doing now with fumigation and everything. We always had a really good time with him, and I mean, a lot of the previous members are really good. I mean, even Jeff. I mean, again, I still talk to Jeff all the time, and we hang out and everything quite regularly. So I mean, it's good. Just everybody's in a bit of a different place right now. But yeah, there's definitely guys in the band I miss for sure.
Yeah, because you're a really good drummer. So
Nah,
like, yeah,
I don't know, man. I
think
just have fun with it.
yeah.
I just have fun with it.
It doesn't even look like you're moving, other than like your fingers and your wrists. Like it's just it's that quick. I'm pretty impressed.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. I mean, like I said, I have fun with it. I'm in no means, a professional or whatever. You see so many of these other guys doing nowadays. It just blows my mind. Where drumming was at one point in time, or even music in general was at one point in time, and you look at where it is now, and different techniques and speed and technicality and all of that. It's just blows my mind. I just try to have fun.
Cool. Yeah, yeah. When did you start playing drums?
I was 13 years old when I started playing drums, so I'm quite old now. So I've been playing drums for about over 30 years.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
I wouldn't have thought that. I would have thought
yeah.
you were like up in your
I'm old, man. I'm old.
wow.
Yeah. At least my wife will say I'm old anyway. But yeah, no, I've been playing drums for a while, long time.
Well, what does she know, right?
That's how I look at it, right? That's how I look at it.
Awesome.
Hmm.
What do you miss most about live shows right now with everything that's going on?
I think just the connection with the people, the interaction and being able to look out on the crowd and really seeing people, into the music and the movement, that, but also I think the passion, that the metal community really has, for bands and for supporting live shows. I mean, if there's a metal show, people are going to come out and go to it, right? So I mean, I think just being involved with the scene, seeing people who are passionate about the same thing, the same style of music, who support it, and seeing the reaction people get out of when you're going into Killer Riff and everybody's into it, and the pit, just that energy. You really miss that. I mean, the last show we played, I mean, it was a really good show. That we played extremely well, so I was very happy with that, and I really miss that energy that you get from playing and seeing people's reaction.
Yeah, like being a comedian, you feed off the energy that the crowd gives you.
Absolutely.
And with COVID and everything, now that all the tables are spread apart, and it's almost like sometimes it can be more pulling teeth to get the laughs than it is usually, but like your jokes can be like dead on, doing great, but
Sure.
it doesn't feel the same right now. Just
No,
the way everything is. Plus, I've been in like what looks like a glass cage, so I'm not actually. So I can't spit on anyone. Like, what's the point? I want to spit on people.
exactly. But no, like you said, right? You lose that connection, right? That ability to be able to truly interact with people and even interact with themselves, right? And feed off that energy and just have a lot of good excitement and general excitement, from people, and you can't do that nowadays.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The set I did on Wednesday at Yuck Yucks Ottawa. I was wearing. Okay, I bought the cattle decapitation bundle, so it came with the hoodie, long sleeve,
Okay.
t-shirt.
Yeah.
They're all the same, like images, like
Yeah.
the album and everything. So I was wearing the hoodie with the long sleeve underneath, and
Okay.
then I get an applause break on my new joke.
Yeah.
It's been kicking ass, so that's awesome. And then I'm like, oh, it's getting hot up here. So I take off my hoodie, and
Yeah.
they see that the shirt's the exact same. They just
Same.
laugh real hard. It was awesome.
Is that for Death? That's for the newest one, the Death Atlas.
No. They re-released two albums previously to that. I forget
Yeah.
their names, but it's the like the yellowish one with forced gender mutilation.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know the one.
Reassignment. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool.
So that's cool. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah. No, for sure, man.
It's a little bit of a gimmick, but it fits because I'm pretty metal.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah, I talked to the Metal VJ for Ed the Sock's new music video channel to
Very cool.
get him to use your Meiosis music video.
Dude, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Mostly, I had to do a little more than talk to him.
Okay.
I gave him a little handy, but it's okay. I've been doing that for years.
Appreciate the support, man.
Yeah. Yeah. What I'm trying to say is I'm the heavy metal VJ for the other software. Yeah, but I really like the video, so
Good, man.
we put it in there. The way I wrote the throw, it was I was like, this isn't your grandma's death metal band, but that doesn't mean you can't enjoy the music with a warm glass of milk and cookies,
Yeah, that song was interesting to write. It didn't take a long time for us to write it, but we wanted to write a song because it was coming out on a 7-inch single, right?
Yeah. Who was the band you split the single with?
I thought it was. Oh God, I can't remember. Now you're really asking me.
Oh, sorry. I mean, it doesn't matter. Forget it.
Just edit that part out, okay?
Yeah, well, do you want me to? Because I could, but then we got to edit, and then.
Yeah, no worries. No, but it's terrible that I can't remember, and I totally apologize. But
I could have written it down too, because
I know, man. But no, when we wrote that song, I mean, as a single, we really wanted to try to present something where it would, if nobody had ever heard the band before, we wanted something that would really represent, I think, everything that the band is kind of about. Not just write a 4-minute straight blast song, or a 4-minute slow song or something like that. We wanted the song to try to represent us if you've never heard it, and then you hear that song, you get an idea of what the band is about in a complete song. And I mean that I'm really really proud of that track because I mean it's got groove in it, it's got some extreme speed in it, definitely some of the fastest stuff that I've ever played. But no, I'm really proud of that. It didn't take us that long to write it or even record it, and I think Dan did. The guitar player at the time produced the track, and I mean he did such a fantastic job with the production. I was so proud of the that end product. Turned out fantastic. And then the video, we shot the video in one day, pretty much in the morning. Like I said, I think it was near Halloween in 2018, and then I spent several months editing the video, and then we tried to find some ridiculous footage to overlay on top of it. There's some pretty the B-roll. I have some pretty disturbing B-roll footage from that video. That was just awful to watch to try to find some good parts to include.
Oh wow. Yeah.
But no, we're
getting all the fucked up stuff,
Wow, there's some interesting stuff in that video for sure. I'm surprised it didn't get banned from YouTube because some of the stuff that's in it. But no, we're really proud of it.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah,
really proud of it. Great, and
cool, man.
I'm getting it out there. We all know I collect vinyls, and you were saying before I pressed record that you were like in vinyls too, and then you moved over to tapes.
Yeah, well, when I was younger, I wasn't into like extreme metal when I was younger because extreme metal for me, I hadn't really been exposed to it. So when I grew up, stuff like Motley Crue and Metallica was like kind of the pinnacle, of what I knew. And that's what I had on vinyl. I had every Motley Crue release on vinyl, Metallica vinyl. I had all kinds. But then I remember I got a mixtape with Bluster the Sick on one side and Effigy of the Forgotten on the other side, man. And that just totally changed my life when I heard those two recordings.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Is there anything you want to plug or promote before we get going here, Neil?
We're working on a new album. Probably we're hoping to have it out this year. Probably going to be more like early next year when it'll come out. But pretty much all the instruments and stuff are done. Working on some solos, which will be quite interesting for people to hear that, as well as just finishing off the vocal. But a new record. It's definitely the thing I'm the most proud of. I think out of everything we've ever done. I think the songs are incredible. The artwork is incredible. The production is, it's like I said, I'm so proud of it, and I can't wait for everybody to hear it.
Great. I'm looking forward to hearing it. It's going to be good. Cool. All right. Well, thank you very much for being on Mental Health.
Hey, man, no worries. Anytime. I really appreciated it.
Hey, so a little bit of confusion in my part on this. I thought that the interview was a lot longer than 13 minutes, but it wasn't. So to make up for the extra at least 7 minutes there, I'm going to put on a stand-up set that I did at Yuck Yucks Ottawa a few nights before I did this interview. So hopefully you enjoy it. If not, oh well. So who's gained weight during COVID? Yeah. I'm just happy about it because, now I get to blame it on COVID and not the fact that I've quit meth. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't help that I'm lazy as fuck though, If that doesn't help. Like, the only thing I accomplished today was I finished watching that documentary about Cher. It came out about a year ago. Chernobyl? But it all makes sense now why she had to get on that boat with all those sailors to turn back time. Back then. And why her kid came in all fucked up looking in the movie Mask. I'm talking about the movie Mask, not her actual kid. I have nothing against transgenders. I work at a vegan restaurant. But at the vegan restaurant, you have to speak all non-binary, and that's cool. But I hear the word dude a lot, which is weird for me without a cowabunga in front of me.
Some people don't like Ninja Turtles. But, yeah, a lot of people have been hating on hot dogs lately, saying that they're made out of assholes. I'm a millennial. We eat assholes. Hot dogs are just the only time we chew and swallow. You're asking for God now? We haven't even gotten started. Yeah. But, legendary drummer from Pantera, Vinnie Paul, died 2 years ago. And on the anniversary of his death, his official Facebook page said, "Have a shot to honor Vinnie Paul." I got a little bit pissed off, because would you do heroin to honor Lane Staley? Would you go skiing to honor Sonny Bono? Would you take a bath to honor Whitney Houston? Would you ride a horse to honor Christopher Reeves? Would you raw dog a prostitute to honor Eazy-E? Would you take a shit to honor Elvis? Well, I would do all of those things to honor Chris Farley. Thank you. It's getting a little hot in here. It's going well, yeah. Oh yeah. But Ottawa, do you know what's great? Being clean off crystal meth. You know what else is great? Jerking off on crystal meth. You know what's great, crystal meth? You know what's not great? Sucking a greasy dick behind a donut shop the next day to crystal meth. You know what's great? Being clean off crystal meth. But the thing about that stuff is it always just made me really attracted to dental hygienists. Yeah, but I had to join a group of people to help me stop doing drugs. I tell you more about it, but it's kind of anonymous. But in the groups I go to, you have to have a higher power and all that jazz. I don't really like God, so I just call him Frank. To be honest with someone, to be frank with them. But I never really thought God was against me or anything like that. I just thought that was the police. But it turns out I deserved to get pinched when I got pulled over, because I was driving my 82 Monte Carlo with the airbag suspension kit and underspoke rims like this. I should have just stapled the drugs to my forehead. But I've driven on every drug I've taken. I'm not saying it's right! But alcohol's the worst. I've even driven on meth. I'm not saying it's right! But I drove the car until the wheel fell off. I was like, the car stopped, but the wheel kept on going. That's like an analogy for my life. I'm not saying it's right! But them objects were farther in life than I do. Alright. Apparently these people are going places. But I buy vinyl records now instead of drugs, so I'm still getting spun. But the good thing is, I get to use the same needle over and over and over again. I can only do Dairy Queen socially. That's obviously a lie. But if I buy an ice cream cake, I can't eat one slice and put the rest back into the freezer. No, I'll come to like a month later with dilly bar all over my face, scrounging for change, just thinking, oh man, I just need some vanilla soft serve and everything will be okay. Cocaine isn't the only thing that's white and will make your face numb. Alright, you guys kind of suck, but we'll get through this. Alright, so in the rooms I go to, they have fun, clever names for the rooms, like hugs, not drugs. I'm just wondering, does Sex and Honest groups do the same thing, Like, no in a bone, or dude alone. Yeah. But if I ever have a kid, I'm not naming her Crystal. It's too much to live up to. Oh, yeah. But, so if you don't know, I have schizophrenia. On my medication, it says rapid gain, like I'm going to gain weight. That sounds like something a Pokemon would do. A Pikachu, rapid gain. But pregnant people say they're eating for two. I don't even know how many people I'm eating for. But in the words of Baby Spice, if you want my future, forget my past. If you want to get with me, bring $200. I'm going to tell my two darkest jokes I have, so if you didn't like it, it's only getting worse. Here we go. Alright, so I was dating this girl and things didn't really work out well. Between my schizophrenia and her borderline personality disorder, it just wasn't a good connection, you know? And when we broke up, she didn't take it very well. How do I say this? She cut her wrist and sent me pictures of it over my phone. Totally ruined Spaghetti Thursday. What I'm trying to say is, there's worse things than dick pics. All right, here we go. It's gonna get darker. Here we go. Ready? Okay. So in my active addiction, I didn't do. I did some bad things, you know. I'd go on back pages and get a prostitute, you know. And I showed up at the motel one time. I gave the hot one my money, and then she left. They pulled the bait and switch on me. You know, and all that was left was the other one. The other one in this case had scars all over her body. And it was kind of like skiing on a mogul hill. It was like playing Excite Bike and just hitting those little bumps. But I don't know if you guys know this or anything, but I'm kind of genuinely a nice guy, and I didn't want her to feel self-conscious about it. I'm not saying it's right! I'll try to say as I banged her twice. Alright, Adele, alright? Adele's a stalker. She hides it with all of her fancy melodies and her good vocals, but when I sing the song, I just sound like a creep. I'll give you a small example. I hate to turn up out of the blue. What a body bar! I couldn't stay away! I couldn't fight it! I hope you see my face and a reminder that for me, this isn't over! Remember, I'm just a six-pack away from being charming.